A year ago today, I received this. This is my M1 iMac. This is the powerhouse behind the channel. This does pretty much everything now. And a year ago when you're seeing this, ideally the day after I shoot this, the 26th, is 1 year since I unboxed this thing live on camera. And I've been using it pretty much nonstop since then for work, for play, for just whatever. This has been my main machine. I want to do a long-term review on it because I have used it for a year now and I've gotten to know it, kind of gotten to know the ins and outs of it. And I want to share it with you in case you're still on the fence about buying one of these in 2022. So, without further ado, let's talk iMac. So outside, this thing, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm crazy in love with the design. Wasn't super sure about the white bezels. They grew on me. All glass on the front, including the chin that has no Apple logo. The sides and back are all aluminum, as Sir Jonathan Ive would say. Stand is same story, it's all aluminum, and I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it's permanently attached, or at least it's not easy to put a vase mount on that. So like if you're ordering one and you're thinking you want to put it on a vase mount, buy the vase mount and then like get a third-party stand or something. You're not missing much if you don't have this stand. It's just color matched, that's it. And then for your port selection, well, I mean, it is 2021 Apple, and it was before they started throwing ports back onto the MacBook Pros. So we got two, count them, 1, 2, don't do that, 2 USB-C ports. Now granted, they are Thunderbolt 4, so they're stupid quick, lots of bandwidth, charge a MacBook off of this thing if you wanted to. But you get 2, unless you buy the higher tier one, which I have, then you get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get 4 of them. 2 of them are Thunderbolt, 2 of them are just regular USB. I believe it's USB 4. Not many ports. Oh, and I forgot because I don't use it personally, but you do get headphone jack right here on the side because the actual depth of the headphone jack is too deep to fit in this enclosure. So next on the list is this big display, or actually kind of small, but big for me because I came from a 13-inch MacBook Pro for 4 years before I switch to this. It's gorgeous. It's a 4.5K display. It's not like mini LED or anything super special, but it is decently pixel dense. It does get very bright. I don't think I ever take this thing over like half brightness. That's even being said with a window literally right behind my editing desk. 24-inch or 23.5-inch size is it's nice. It's nice. It's a little small for people coming from 27-inch iMacs or the iMac Pro. It's an okay size. Like it's not too small, but it's not big like everyone's probably used to. It's a nice sweet spot. I like it. I have not hooked up an external monitor to this yet. This is good for now. So then inside, this iMac is powered by the 8-core CPU and GPU M1 chip. Base model has a 7-core GPU like the MacBook Air. This is the full-fat M1, same thing in MacBook Pro, Mac Mini, the iPad Pro, the iPad Air. It's more than powerful for what I need. I don't think I actually like really tax this thing with what I do. It breaks a sweat every now and then. Other than that, it's just, it laughs at me. It really does. I did end up pairing it with 8 gigs of storage and a 1/4 terabyte of space. Not too regretful on the 1/4 terabyte because I use minimum 1 terabyte SSDs for everything now. 8 gigs of RAM, it's good, but it kind of gets claustrophobic here and there. And so because this is not upgradable, what you get is what you're stuck with. 16 gigs, if you're looking to buy one of these, might be a good investment. It's only like 200 bucks. Not for now, but for like future, you know, because this thing's probably going to be kicking around for a decade or so. As macOS gets heavier and heavier on the system over the years and demands more and more of the M1 chip, I'd imagine the 16 gigs of RAM will give it a bit more breathing room. 8's fine. I've run into very few issues with 8. And again, like I'd like to think I'm a pro, but I don't think I'm a pro on paper, and like pro editing might demand more than 8. But if you're like a professional editing, you're probably not looking at this. You're probably looking at a MacBook Pro or a Mac Studio. So performance has been unnecessarily great for me. Again, I'm probably not even really stressing this thing much. The fans do kick in, not under normal load, not under like heavy load, but under like super heavy load, it does. They get kind of loud, but not anything close to a certain 16-inch Core i9 MacBook Pro I know about. So performance, as I said before, has been ridiculous. Editing, Photoshop, compressing, encoding, transcoding. This thing takes it, eats it up, spits it back out, and says, okay, what's next? It's nice. It's really nice to just be able to do everything on one computer and not really have to worry about it. So what do I think about it a whole year later. It's great. So great that I even forewent buying a MacBook Pro. I did steal my dad's for a video, but I don't have one. I have a 2016 MacBook Pro, and that's the newest that I have. Got a load of MacBook Pros up here, but they're all like a decade old at this point. Stay tuned though. I do have a video coming up next month on the last unibody MacBook Pro and whether or not you should buy it today. So get subscribed for that. But yeah, I didn't buy a MacBook Pro last year, and I don't want to say I'm not going to this year, but like I don't think I will. If anything, I might grab a Mac Studio or an iMac Pro if that's still on track. Ooh, or a MacBook Air. If it comes in this flavor, ooh, shit, Timmy, you got my money. Just tell me when and where, I'll be there. But again, back to the iMac. This has been quite possibly the best channel investment I made, not only in the past year, but in the past 4.5. This is a great computer. I do think that you should buy one. If you need a computer now and this is on your list, go for it. If you don't need a computer now, sure, wait a couple months. Wait till Dub, see what Apple's got in store, if they got that MacBook Air or whatever. Wait, give it a couple weeks. But if you need one now, or you want one now, I don't think you can go wrong with the iMac. Unless you're toying around with like 8K footage, 8K 60 footage, this thing's probably gonna be able to handle it. A couple hundred layers in Photoshop, some music making and Fruity Loops or Logic. This has got you back. So even a year later, still madly in love with this thing, and if you're considering one, go for it. You won't be disappointed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the iMac. Are you gonna buy one? Waiting for M2? Waiting for an iMac Pro, maybe? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.